Hi everybody. In previous lecture we had studied the derivation for widening of road and derivation for super elevation. In today's lecture we are going to see the analysis of stopping side distance. So what do we mean by stopping side distance? So stopping side distance of a vehicle, it is the sum of distance traveled by the vehicle at uniform speed during total reaction time. It is known as lag distance plus the distance traveled by the vehicle after application of the brakes until the vehicle come to stop. Such distance is known as braking distance. Okay, so total stopping side distance, it is combination of lag distance and braking distance. Then first of all we will see lag distance. So during the reaction time t, the vehicle may be assumed to move forward with a uniform speed at which vehicle has been moving, and this speed may be taken as design speed. जब हमें लैग डिस्टेंस फाइंड करना है, कंसिडर करो रिएक्शन टाइम टी है एंड व्हीकल इज मूविंग एट ए डिज़ाइन स्पीड. If v is the design speed in meter per second, let's consider v is the speed, it is given in meter per second, and t is the total reaction time of the driver in second. So by using this we can find the lag distance. Therefore the lag distance will be is equal to v into t, that is speed into reaction time. As the reaction time of the vehicle depends on varieties of factors, there are various factors on which the reaction time may be depend, but 2.5 is considered reasonably mean value for most situation. For most situation generally the reaction time is considered as 2.5 second. Then IRC has recommended the value of reaction time t as 2.5 second for the calculation of stopping side distance. Generally the IRC has given the reaction time as 2.5 for calculation of the stopping side distance. Then braking distance on level surface. When there is level surface, so at that time the coefficient of friction F depends on several factors such as type and condition of the pavement surface and condition of tires. Okay, so ये जो फ्रिक्शन कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन है, so it will not remain constant, वो भी depending upon the various factor it will also vary. Then the value of friction it will decrease with increase in speed. जैसे आपका स्पीड इंक्रीज होगा वैसे ही आपका जो फ्रिक्शन का वैल्यू है वो डिक्रीज हो जाएगा. Then for determination of braking distance as a part of stopping side distance, the driver is expected to apply the brakes such that skidding does not take place and retardation is not too uncomfortable to the passenger. When you are driving the vehicle, so at that time the brake should be applied, but there should not be skidding. व्हीकल का वहाँ पे स्कीडिंग नहीं होना चाहिए एंड पैसेंजर को भी अनकंफर्टेबल फील नहीं होना चाहिए. सो keeping in view, IRC has recommended some friction coefficient values for determination of stopping side distance, and these are given in table. So in this table you can see the various values of speed, and for that speed what should be the coefficient of friction, that values are also given, and for finding the stopping side distance we can use this value for the calculation of stopping side distance. Then assuming the level road, the braking distance may be obtained by equating the work done in stopping the vehicle and the kinetic energy of the vehicle moving at design speed. Okay, so for finding braking distance what we have to do, we have to equate the work done in stopping the vehicle and the kinetic energy of the vehicle. By equating this to, we can get the braking distance. If the maximum friction force developed is F and braking distance is L, then the work done against friction force in stopping the vehicle, it is given by F into L is equal to WFL, that is work done, where W is the weight of vehicle, F is the friction coefficient, and L is the braking distance in meter. So by this way you can find the uh, work done. Then after that, the kinetic energy of the vehicle of weight W moving at design speed v meter per second, then its kinetic energy is given by wv square upon twice g, and hence by equating the work done with kinetic energy, we will get the following equation, that is wfl is equal to wv square upon twice g, and thereafter by simplifying the equation we get the braking distance, that is L is equal to v square upon twice gf. Then here L is the braking distance, v is the speed of vehicle in meter per second, f is design coefficient of friction, and g acceleration due to gravity. And if it is not given, then we consider it as 9.8 meter per second. Then the stopping side distance on level ground, it is given by, as we had seen, it is sum of lag distance plus braking distance, so we have to add both the distances. So stopping side distance will be equal to vt plus v square upon twice gf. If the speed is given in kilometer per hour, then the stopping distance will become, then the equation will become sd is equal to 0.278 vt plus v square upon twice 254 f. Then when there is ascending gradient of say plus n%, then component of gravity adds to the braking action, and hence the braking distance is decreased, and the component of gravity acting parallel to the surface, which adds to the braking force, and it will be equal to W upon 100, and hence the equation will become, equating kinetic energy and work done, and by simplifying it we will get the following equation. Then similarly, in decreasing gradient of minus n%, the braking distance increase as the component of gravity now oppose the braking force, hence the equation will become, and by simplifying you will get the stopping side distance. Then hence the general equation for stopping distance may now be modified for n% gradient, and it may be written as sd stopping side distance is equal to stopping distance is equal to vt plus v square upon twice g in bracket f plus minus 0.01 n. Then when ground is level and n is equal to 0, if speed is expressed as v kilometer per hour, then the equation may be written as sd is equal to 0.278 vt plus v square upon twice 254 in bracket f plus minus 0.01 n. Okay, so by this way you can find the stopping distance. Okay, thank you. If there is any problem, then you can contact on the given contact number. Thank you very much.